Should you be selling information? Hi, I'm Pombo. Welcome back to the Orange Office in Grants Pass, Oregon. Today, I'm going to talk about another episode from the Off the Grid Biz podcast that I'm going to encourage you to go and listen to. These two fine people joined me in the Orange Office. I've made references to their podcast in the past because we had major technical issues with it, where everything worked out great. I wasn't even planning to have them be interviewed in person here in the office, but one thing kind of led to the other. We ended up back here. They were one of the first interviews I ever had that was live, and in doing so, I did not plug everything in quite properly, and everything did not turn out great audio-wise. So I had to go through, fix it all, and we still came out with something that I think is still listenable. So go and listen to their podcast. Is also the longest interview that I've had up until now. And I honestly think it's one of the best interviews that we've had up till now. And that's not from the interviewer perspective, but from the guest perspective. They had so much depth, and because we had two people, they were going back and forth along with their story and covering how all these things tie back into business in very subtle ways. But I have a little commentary on the end, pointing out the things that I think are most important. And one of them is the concept of an information business. Now, this isn't going to ruin anything for the podcast. What you want to do is go and listen to it, because they talk about how they started out as a product business. So their business is called Fermentation Works. You go and check it out. It's fermentation.works. And you can listen to the podcast by clicking on the link here in the description. So check out the description, you can see the link. And if you happen to be watching on Instagram or listening on a podcast, go to offthegridbiz.com and you can go and find their podcast. It's a few episodes behind from where we are at today, and so it's from August 1st. They had started fermenting vegetables, fermenting different things, and selling things like sauerkraut, and selling them at the local farmers markets and so forth, and had built up quite a good sized business to the point that they started getting orders from larger companies. And when they ended up getting an order from Whole Foods Market, of all places, they had to make a decision of, are we going to go in this end of business? Do we want to keep going this direction and change our lives this dramatically? Or do we want to keep some of our lifestyle while at the same time using the vehicle that we've already built to be able to do something different? It's a really, really, really interesting concept that a lot of people don't think about. They want to build up their business, but people don't stop going in a certain direction until it's too late. And then they're stuck, and then they have a tough time. And I think they pulled the trigger at just the right time to switch their business from being a hard product business to an information-based business. And so it's so interesting how they go through that discussion, talk about all the challenges that you deal with in today's information business, because it's not easy either. You think, wow, you're just providing information, how to, and so forth. Yeah, but it has a lot of advantages over a hard product business, but it has a whole lot of issues that you have to think about that you wouldn't normally think about otherwise. And there's something for you to think about if you've got a hard product business, if you've got any type of business that provides people a specific hard product. I'd always suggest looking at adding an information end to your business, or at least using information for your marketing. There's a whole bunch of reasons why. We talk a lot about that on that episode, and we talk about that on these other episodes of this show, of the Brian J. Pombo Live. So check out the past episodes when we talk about that, and we're going to discuss more about it in the future, about how you could do that more with your business. Now, if you have an information business, there's also a way to create hard products for that. One of them, for example, it may seem obvious, but hard books. Especially if you're doing information online, giving people something physical that they can take home with them, that they can hold in their hands, it adds another dimension to your business that may not currently be there if you're already in the digital information business. So they've written hard books, published books. They're published through Story Publishing, and we've discussed them before. They also published Hintopia and a couple others that we've discussed before. Beautiful books. I bought one at the Mother Earth News Fair. They were there. I got to see them present live, which some of the best presenters, I mean, just honest, out of all the presenters I saw, they're some of the most professional and direct and just on top of it confident presenters that I've ever seen. They're very, very, they're the power couple. Okay, you go and look that up in the dictionary and you'll find their picture. Very cool people. I hope they'll allow me to talk to them again in the future, even despite the technical difficulties, because there's so much that you can learn from them, and I know I learned something. So go and check that out. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about another interview from another speaker, and a completely different type of speaker too. And it has to do with customer service, and you're going, oh, yawn, customer service. I mean, come on, what is there to customer service? There's another angle to customer service that you may not be thinking about. We're going to be talking about it tomorrow, and it applies to everybody's business. So we'll see you tomorrow. And in the meantime, I almost forgot. If you happen to be a business owner or an executive in a self-reliance-based business, similar to the Shockeys here, similar to the other businesses we talk about here, then I'm going to implore you to go to offthegridbiz.com. Offthegridbiz.com is my podcast. Go to dreambizchat.com. Dreambizchat.com. The link is also in the description right below the title. Go and check out dreambizchat.com, and you can find out all about the Dream Business Transformation. Watch the quick little video there. If you're interested, fill out the application. Let me know what you think. We'll talk to you later. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.